Hello and welcome to our programme on Windrush 2020.
Christina Brooks Abraham.
Oh, good morning and good morning to all. How are you?
Oh my God, she started. Oh my God. Christina, you're going to get me into trouble. Lord.
Never. Good morning. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to say a quick prayer just so that we set an intention over this recording. So, dear Father, Creator, whatever name that we address you with, we thank you for allowing us to rise on this beautiful day. We thank you for blessing us with creativity, which is a blessing. And as you've invested talent in each one of us, we are asking that this talent emanates out throughout the universe, that collectively we send a message of unity, of peace, of love, of togetherness. And we are asking that you bless this pilot radio station that Rochdale has the desire to create, that you bless Alonzo, I know him as Junior, his music as he sets it out, the frequency of love and above. And Tanya, Charlene, Crystal, born to be a great light for so many. We ask that you collect our energy together, that I represent vision, impression, black expression, and I represent that in the highest form, that our culture, our story, that it be sent out in a positive way, documenting who we are and where we come from, and that we're a part of the human family, and we're connecting back the human family. We ask your blessing on this recording and on our day. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for agreeing to participate on this wonderful venture. We're going to be celebrating, and we are celebrating Windrush 2020, doing it in a completely different style. You know, last year we were able to come together and celebrate our elders, and we had a great meal, and then we had a cultural day. Due to COVID-19, we're actually in lockdown, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to celebrate our elders, the people who actually took that journey, our parents, our grandparents, who took that journey, amazing journey, to come to England and to find their way, to raise their families, and to be part of the British society here. So, guys, I don't mind who goes first, but I guess Junior, because, your singing and your voice and the inspiration that you give to others. Tell me a bit about your family and a bit about your family's journey through Windrush at all, and what has COVID meant for you?
Well, in terms of my family, my grandparents, my grandfather, he comes from Jamaica, and my grandmother's from Jamaica as well, Almond Town. They came here, I believe my granddad came here in 1957, and then sent for my grandmother shortly after in 1959, and then, they married and raised 5 kids here in the UK. In terms of this pandemic and COVID, it's a bit crazy for me. I feel like, I feel like God is working on this world. And I feel that, there's things that are going on that are not common knowledge to the public, which could make us, believe certain things or have a certain mindset in context of COVID and, what's going on, this whole pandemic and things. In terms of how it's affected me, it's kind of made me just work more on things that I love and believe in, like music, for instance. It's kind of just pushed me and just made me focus more on things that matter in life, as opposed to, worrying about things that are beyond my control. Music is my voice. That's the forum in which I use to express myself. So it doesn't matter what's going on in the world or what's going on with me personally. Music gets me through anything. It's been my coping mechanism ever since I've been able to use my voice. So, yeah, I've just been using music to cope through this period in time and, to get me through.
You going to sing something for me that represents?
Yeah, I can definitely sing something. I've got a song that's called Live It Long. And it's just basically talking about, like life being short, just to live your best life, whatever. It don't matter what you're doing, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're doing what you love. And, you're just being your most authentic, true and honest self. So let me play this for you, see if you guys can hear.
Thank you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do, yeah, yeah, yeah. ALONZO. Oh, woo, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. If it ain't love, I ain't having it. You see, this life, I'm just living it. When I get knocked down, I get back up. I won't let nothing keep me stuck. I got a lot of hurt and pain in me, and I've done some things I'm not proud to see. I gotta take a moment and reflect on me. Everyone's got a story. Yo, my name's Alonzo. Yo, what's up? Let me tell you where I grew. SL2 was the Wexham crew, where the weather's always bleak and some people are too. Keep it moving and just do what we do. Growing up was so fun in a lot of ways. Knocking on the doors and running away. So many silly things in adolescent days. But hoping that tomorrow was a better. All that I know. Can't forget where you came from. Always keep it real from day one. Gotta learn from your mistakes. So much love, so why we gotta hate? So when you see me on the roads or your TV screen, or you might even see me walking down the street, say hello, yo, what's up to your boy AD? Cause love is the frequency. Never lose yourself, forget where you came from. Always keep it real from day one. Spread love and respect yourself. Never lose you for nobody else. So when it comes to life, just live it. And if you got some love, just give it. Let go if you're holding on. Cause life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Yeah, yeah. So life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Yeah, yeah. Life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Yeah. Life's too short, so you gotta live it long. So live it long. Yeah, yeah. Life's too short, so you gotta live it long. All that I know, you can't forget where you came from. Always keep it real from day one. Gotta learn from your mistakes. So much love, so why we gotta have? See me on the roads or your TV screen, or you might even see me walking down the street. Say hello, yo, what's up to your boy AD? Cause love is the frequency. Never lose yourself, forget where you came from. Always keep it real from day one. Spread love and respect yourself. Never lose you for nobody else. So when it comes to life, just live it. And if you got some love, just give it. Let go if you're holding on. Cause life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Yeah. Life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Yeah, yeah. Cause life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Nah, 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 nah. Life's too short, so you gotta live it long. Live it long, 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 long. Life's too short, so you gotta live it long.
That was superb. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Definitely. Where can we get it? When can we get it?
It's available now on all major platforms. You can find me at Alonzo Davis Music on Instagram, on Bandcamp, on YouTube. Just type in Alonzo Davis Music. It's available on all major music platforms. Okay, so
that's amazing. Congratulations.
Very much.
I'm going to go back to you because I think I want to hear a little bit more. Okay. So I'm going to move on to Tanya now. Hello, Tanya.
Hi, Rochdale.
Hi, darling. Oh my gosh, girl. You look amazing.
Thank you. It's all of this good COVID weight.
I think we've all got that one. My dear. We've all got that one. So tell me, what does Windrush mean to you, and COVID-19, what has it done to you?
Well, funnily enough, as you asked Junior that question, I thought it's so funny because when I think of Windrush and I think of our grandparents coming here. So I actually think all my grandparents came here in Windrush. So I know on my mum's side, my granddad came first and then he sent for my gran. I love that they did that. And I always hear my auntie telling this story that when she arrived in the UK, she saw chimneys with the smoke coming out. And she was like, oh my God, is that how they made clouds? And it actually makes me laugh because it makes you recognise that what the UK must have looked like from coming from a place like the Caribbean, which wasn't so built up, the houses look completely different from where you're seeing land and sea and, space, to come into a place that was more built up, chimneys, different types of brick. They were put into a completely different environment, and not only did they survive, they actually thrived. They came here and they lived together. They lived in one house. They built foundations. They built community. They brought community here and they stuck together to make things work. And I think that's what has happened to me in COVID. I feel that we've all been put in a very uncomfortable position. And I knew that as soon as COVID hit, I had two options. That was, because I'm self-employed, I run to benefits and I run to help and I run to money because it's like, oh my God, I've got children. How am I going to survive? Or I say that God would never bring me this far to leave me. And I have to continue to do what it is that I believe in. I have to continue to do what it is that I love. And I have to continue to give other people a platform to not only keep fit and stay lit, but also to make them feel encouraged, to make them feel supported, and to bring that community ethos and that spirit in an uncomfortable environment. Because it's the same. In Windrush, they came here. I believe that they were sold dreams. I believe that they were sold an idea that when they got here, they didn't experience that. And they had to, it wasn't as easy as just jumping back on the ship and sailing back for 2 weeks. It was like, you're here and you've got to make it work. And I believe that I've taken that same ethos and adapted that in COVID. So we've been able to adapt and go online. And as much as I love to dance and perform and go to a class, online, it's a different ball game because everybody can see you everywhere. It can just go anywhere. And so you're dealing with your own insecurities, you're dealing with your own fears, you're dealing with your own flaws. But more importantly than that, I knew that there was women that have pushed themselves, that have motivated themselves. And if I would have left them, they would have probably gone into a hole. And with the support of women, with the support of sisterhood, it's more than exercise, it's more than dancing. It's encouraging them to feel good. It's encouraging them that regardless to what the situation is, you're able to make good decisions. You're able to make decisions that make you feel good. And by doing so, we get to incorporate the music, we get to incorporate the culture, we get to incorporate the vibes. We've had carnival parties in lockdown. We've had bikini parties in lockdown. We've had garage parties. And I think that for me, not only been able to build a community of fearless, strong, powerful, amazing women, but really been able to share my culture, really been able to continue to carry the baton that my grandparents gave me, because that's how I view it. I truly believe, like Nipsey Hussle said, it's a marathon. It's not a race, and it's a marathon. And when you understand that you're a part of that marathon, there's no competition. It's that together we achieve more. Together we get to create something that makes the legacy continue. That means the legacy is always growing. It means that the culture is always being pushed down. And besides all of that, the amount of Caribbean food that I've been cooking up, okay, I forgot how to make dumplings. That's why I'm looking for baby. We've been doing dumplings. And I think that is because of the women as well. We've encouraged each other. So there's people from Asia, Morocco, the Caribbean, the UK, Jamaica, Anguilla, Dominica, wherever, and been able to share our dishes, as well as healthy eating or just eating. We've been able to share so much that we just really wouldn't have had the opportunity to do, because when you go to class, you do your classwork, you kind of go home. We do have a good support network, but it's just not the same. This has given us time. This has given us the ability, if you choose to build relationships, to nurture relationships. And most importantly, it's given you the opportunity to do what you love. So for me, I was prepared for this. I'm not going to lie. I was very much prepared for this. I was prepared that I always wanted it to go online. I was just a bit scared, and I didn't have time to be scared. We just had to grow. And what I love is that People back home get to dance with me. People in Anguilla are doing the workout. Yes. Jamaica, Dominica, America. And for me, I feel like that's most important, that I get to share what I love. And by doing so, I get to lift people up. I get to continue what my grandparents started. And just before lockdown, when we did the big dance last year, I shared that the beginning of last year, I was doing a lot of classes for seniors, so for people over 50s. And when I first started in some of these rooms, there was 10 people, there was 20 people. When I left some of those rooms, there was 80 people, there was 100 people. And people look at me and think, oh, she's young, she's fit, we can't do that. And I'm like, yes, you can. And I think when they get in the room, when they get off of the sidelines, when they get off of the chair and they get up and they move and they feel their body and they even blow their own mind with what their body can do, that's amazing to me, because my grandparents didn't get to witness me doing this. I have one living grandparent left and he's just not on social media. But the rest of them, they didn't really get to share their music. They didn't really get to share their dances. They didn't get to share their culture. And so I do not take that for granted. And sometimes I'm in tears in rooms when I see people just dancing to a feeling hot, hot, hot. And to me, I know that my grandparents are with me. I know that decision that they made to sail 2 weeks across the ocean and to better their lives for their families, as much as there's craziness happening in the world and, you know, we're being killed and put under pressure, I know that I am proud and grateful of that decision that they made. And it is my responsibility, as much as it's my duty, to continue that culture, to continue that legacy, and to stand on the shoulders that they created for us. And, you know, to continue to share, empower, and just be loved. Literally, being loved is what the world needs right now. Whether we do that through music, you know, whether we do that through dance, whether we do that through using our voice, I think we have a responsibility, and I'm just humbled to be able to share it.
Thank you for that. Are you going to do a bit of a demonstration for us?
A demonstration, girl! I can.
Oh, that would be really good. That would be really good.
I'm going to have to get some music for you guys, though, okay? So you're just going to give me 2 seconds. We're going to get some music.
Catania, can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Would you be able, if Junior does his next song, would you be able to improvise to it so we can kind of show you two working in?
Sure, he's going to have to give me a vibe. What have you got, Junior?
I don't think I've got anything that's like soca tempo.
Oh, that's fine.
No, it's okay. Allow Junior to be able to sing the song that he has chosen, and allow Tanya
do what you want to do, and I'll improvise. Okay,
clean.
He's got a good song. He spells it out, but it's a good song. Go on.
Okay.
Oh, Saucy, the one that you sang at the retreat.
Okay.
Is that Destination? Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't.
I need some choreography for this so we can work.
I know, I was thinking I'm going to get the boys.
Yeah. Baby, I'll be driven. Yeah.
We actually just dance.
Hey, deep in the new shit. I thought you knew this, that I can do this. There's nothing to it. Yeah, I've been sleeping, but I'm blessed. No stress, got no trouble in my life. I love myself now, yeah. Hey, deep in the new shit. I thought you knew that I can do it. There's nothing to it. Yeah, I've been sleeping, but I woke up. I'm blessed. No stress, got no trouble in my life. I love myself now. No matter what you gotta love yourself. You can't find what's inside of you and somebody else. Don't be scared to show your heart and let your heart down. We all know that not everything will work out, no. Not what you do, you gotta stay on your grind. You gotta hustle hard and break the time. They try to break me down and mess up my vibe. Can't take my lights, baby, I'm gon' shine. Cause I'm dripping like sauce, baby. Keep an eye on your watch, cause I'm baby. My face to the top and no. Cause I'm dripping like sauce, baby. Keep an eye on your watch, cause I'm baby.
My way to the top, but no, I don't wanna stop until I reach my destination. Cause I'm dripping like sauce, baby, baby. Hey, baby. No, I ain't gonna stop until I reach my destination. Baby, I'm way to the top, but no, I ain't gonna stop until I reach my destination. Hey.
Hey guys!
Oh, wow. 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 Well done, girl. Well done. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
out of
you
breath.
so much.
See, so we actually just vibe. We do use a lot of different music to make sure that we're incorporating. One thing that I personally like to do is artists like Junior, or there's like local artists. If I know they've released a song, we'll dance to it, like we'll work out to it. So we get to promote the artist, and we get to, especially for me, I'm out of breath. We use a lot of like Anguillian music because their music doesn't get as much exposure. So when I do my soca workouts, everybody's like, what's that song? I'm like, go download it. And so we'll do the same. Like Junior's got a lot of old school R&B. So when we have like our stretch sessions or our meditation sessions, we're going to be using his music. So with what I love to do, it's also about putting other people on. It's also about making sure that we share their work, because people don't understand how powerful social media is. And we can all play a part, whether it's sharing somebody's post, whether it's liking it. It actually makes a huge difference to someone's network. And I really think that we need to get better at really supporting each other, at really, encouraging each other and sharing.
That's wonderful. So thank you guys, because obviously you're dancing to Junior's, dancing to Junior singing. So that's a nice collaboration there. Well done. But Junior, you haven't got off completely, because I need you to serenade us.
Okay.
Crack.
Okay.
While Tanya takes a rest.
All right, this one is Good Thing, guys.
So how about you work it out? Let's figure out and talk about. Cause you and me is chemistry and energy that I can't lie, I can't deny. I'm terrified, oh baby, you got me going crazy in my mind when I'm thinking about you. Yeah, I want you for my life, but that means this is just a moment in time for you and I, cause I don't wanna waste no minutes in my life. So if you're down, let me know, cause baby, I need a 24 and a free. A love that won't stay around, unconditional and always hold me down. So if you want it and you know you want it now, I'm your king, so my queen, take a bow. Good day, you know we got that good day, not just a good day, we got a good day. Don't wanna miss this good day. Not miss a good day. Good day, not just a good day. Yeah, we got a good day. Don't wanna miss this good day. Now you and I should never be apart. I felt it from the start, since the day you saw my heart. So no matter what you need, don't worry, no. Any way you wanna take me, I will go. Never let you down, I just gotta know for sure. Cause I want you for my life, but let me know if this is just a moment in time. Cause I don't wanna waste no minutes in my life. So if you're down, let me know, cause baby, I 24/7 and a 360. A love that will stay around, unconditional and always hold me down. So if you want it and you know you want it, I'm your king, so my queen, take a bow. Good day, not just a good day, yeah, we got a good day. Don't wanna miss this good thing. Let's not miss a good thing. Not just a good thing, but a good thing. Don't wanna miss this good thing. So now I know it won't be easy, but I'm working hard for you. I'll be everything you need of me until you say I do. I'll be loving you forevermore, no matter what the time. I can't see my life without you, so say that you'll be mine. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your voice, sharing your passion, and sharing your words with us. Tanya, thank you so much for coming along and just sharing with us and sharing with the community. And I'm looking forward for when this goes out.
You're welcome. Thank you for having us. Yeah, be sure to get the mixtape, okay? And if you're at home and you're feeling bored and you're not feeling good and lockdown is getting to you, then you need to come and join us because we have a party. It's not even working out, it's just a party.
For me, Junior and Tanya, I thank you so much for this opportunity. It's going to be edited together. So I think it's really important that we understand as a people, when the Windrush generation first came here, their unity is what got them through that time. And for me, I want people to go out and support, Junior's music. I want you lot to download it. I want you to share it. I want you to understand, like he said in that song, never forget where you come from. Homegrown, Slough grown, you know, and it don't matter where we are born or whatever, but when we come here and we call this place home, I want people to get behind you, and support your music, support your passion. It didn't matter what job you went to, Junior. Your music was always calling you. And I'm so blessed to be hearing that sound. And I want everyone to support you, get behind you. So please, the platforms where we can get hold of your music.
Thank you very much, Tina. I really appreciate your love and support always. And you can find me on any major platforms. So that's SoundCloud, YouTube, Instagram, Apple Music, iTunes, Alonzo Davis or Alonzo Davis Music. If you just search that name, it will come up. You'll see my most recent body of work, which is Frequency EP. Like, love, share. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I will make sure that I will share that bit of information on my social media as well.
So just to clarify, Junior, so that we understand, you actually wrote this music yourself, you've written this, you've done every aspect of putting it together, it's written, you've created the melodies, you've done all of this work yourself, yeah?
Yeah, so all lyrics and things like that is written by me. I haven't done it all by myself. I've got some amazing people behind me that help me and encourage me. So just whilst I'm on this platform, shout out to Houdini, who's my producer, who makes all my music for this current most body of work. I have to give a really big shout out well, because that's somebody that's also a part of my Alonzo network and the strategic side of things that people don't see. So, like how they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
My music is, it's like my baby, and I've literally got a village of an army of people behind me that help me, support me and encourage me, like yourselves. And Houdini, sir, love to you guys all and thanks for all your help, because I couldn't do it without you.
The same thing for you, Tanya. Just want to thank you for, Junior and Tanya, they both started with Vibe and Motivation. They both have a history of teaching and inspiring young people. And when the young people see you guys and they know they have taught us, we know them, yeah? So Tanya, for you, I just want to say, because you haven't shown your products, you haven't shown your amazing pick-me-up sticks where You inspire people daily. So yes, I'm prompting you. This is your opportunity, to bring people to your platform. And look, Junior is supporting your sticks there. He has his sticks. So tell us about those. Tell us about the products. Just plug yourself, baby. Let's go.
So we have to, I just want to say thank you. And like I said, the community spirit and the community support, like Junior said, we have been not only born and bred in Slough, but we have been nurtured in Slough. We have been supported and raised in Slough. And sometimes people say that your own don't support you. It's a lie. If you're willing to support your own will support you, okay? So these are like a product that I created, boys, and we'll just pick one. You see what it says? It says, your value does not decrease based on somebody's inability to see your worth. Okay, and there's loads of ranges. By the way, I'm dropping a new collection in a month. You do not want to miss this. It's going to be a subscription box, and I can't even leak them to you. But keep your eyes tuned. You need to go to Facebook and Instagram and follow at Be Unique Boutique or Pick Me Up Sticks. You should also, if you are a woman, you should be following Real Ass Women Raw, because we not only do we share fitness products that can encourage you and motivate you, like booty bands. That means you get to do your gym work at home. But we also share posts on how you can deal with yourself mentally, how you can deal with yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, to be in the best state of being. We also change the sticks into bracelets. So they are like encouraging bracelets. You probably can't see them. But the ones I'm rocking today say, God is within her, she will not fail. She believed she could, and so she did. And the best is yet to come. And honestly, through lockdown, I haven't taken these off my wrists because there have been days that have been a lot harder than others. And every time I look at my wrists, I am gently reminded who I am. And every product that is created through Raw or Be Unique, it is literally created with the intention to empower you, to uplift you, and to make you feel good. The stories that we've had from people wearing these bracelets, from people picking a stick. Right now, just before I came on here, I received a message that said, thank you for all of your posts on Facebook. I've just received some divorce papers through the post, and you are encouraging me to keep going. And you know what? That's what it's about. If our posts, if our bracelets, if our sticks, if the classes shift one person, and I always say that my job is done. So make sure you're following Tanya Brooks Carty on Facebook, Real Ass Women on Instagram and Facebook, and Be Unique Boutique on Instagram and Facebook. And you can also look up the hashtag Pick Me Up Sticks and you'll find everything there. But again, thank you guys so much. And, you know, let's just continue to just support. Let's continue to come together. By the way, this is the season for collaborations. You need to find artists to collaborate with. You need to find entrepreneurs to collaborate with. You need to find small businesses to create collaborations with, because it is the time to take the block back. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. We got to collab, okay?
Thank you. So thank you guys for taking the time to actually make this happen. Thank you. Thank you so much. And this is a wrap.